Welcome, welcome, welcome. My brothers, you already know who I am. I'm D, and this the Future Fathers FF podcast. My guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're well. I hope work's good. I hope your missus all right, your partner's okay, your children, your work is okay. I said work already. Yes, I'm sure I did. I hope your children's all right. Most of all, my brothers, I hope you're in there to beat nobody up this week. So, my guys, I hope you're all well. As I stated at the start, and I hope things are going all right for you. My work has been okay this week. My week has been okay at work. There we go. Ooh, brothers. I got something to say to you this evening. It's kind of late me bringing you this one, but it's been brought to my attention. It hasn't been brought to my attention. I don't know if any of you have heard about the game Pragmata. Yeah, decent little game about AI and stuff, and it's on the moon. I don't know too much about the game. I read a small synopsis, which is why I'm giving you just that little bit. And I watched a video earlier on, and it made me come up with the idea for this video. So we're gonna talk about parental instincts, my brothers. Yeah, because I have something to read to you from a lady by the name of Mary Morgan, yeah, on X. Now, before I start, yeah, I'm a dad of two boys and a grandfather to one son. My parental instincts kicked in maybe 2 weeks before my grandson was born, yeah? And for the life of me, brothers, I could not sit still in my house. All I wanted to do was clean. All I wanted to do was clean. That was it. And maybe 2 days after he was born, excuse me, I kind of just stopped cleaning. I didn't just stop altogether. It wasn't as intense as it had been. So now let me read this to you. This young lady has said childless men do not have parental instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. What? What? What do you mean by that, Mary? I am not sure at all. At all. I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what's being said by you making that statement. But dudes that don't have children, some of them have strong, strong parental instincts. Like, strong. Yeah. One of my cousins came up to the house a few days ago to see my grandson. And this is a dude who doesn't have any children. He's grown up with his little sister. He's grown up with his older brother. He's grown up with little cousins around him. He has parental instincts, even though he has no children. Men have parental instincts. Men can have parental instincts, even if they have no children. So, she went on to say, men first experience parental instincts once they have their own children. What? And particularly, those parental instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Has somebody been drinking the juice? Because I'm pretty sure there are men out there that have no children that are uncles. My brother was an uncle for years before he had his own children. years, and his parental instincts were as keen as my own, as keen as my own, as acute as my own. I don't know whether I'm making an educate. I'm not even going to guess. I'm not even going to guess. I don't know whether this lady has children or not, but I'm gonna say that it's a little bit more than likely she may not. Now it might not be as likely as I would like to think it is, but it baffled me when I heard this. I had to come in there and I was like, there is no way this lady is saying this and being serious about it. You can't be being serious. There's no way you can be being serious by saying that men only have parental instincts after they have their own children, and it's only ever for their own children and nobody else's. I've got a few children that grew up in the same block as my own children, and I treated them as I would treat my own. They're not mine, but I have the same parental instincts as I would for my own children. This young lady then went on to say that men are not nurturers. Men do not gush over cute children in public. That is absolute bull. What? I just had my first grandchild, my first grandson. This evening, I had my first babysitting duties. Yeah, parents went out, they went to go and have a nice evening out. I took care of my grandson. I'm not going to lie, I think I held him for 90% of the 95% of the time that they were gone. I couldn't put him down. Not because I didn't want to. No, actually, I didn't want to put him down. I didn't want to. All I could do was just look at this baby and just praise him. Literally, my grandson. You're telling me men don't gush over children? That's rubbish. Men are not nurturers. That's rubbish. That is rubbish. I am so proud of how my son is dealing with his situation. Yeah, because his nurturing skills. Now, he's never seen me or his mum with another child smaller than him. Family members, yeah, but not a baby. For him to have grasped how to nurture such a small being in the amount of time that he has is brilliant. It really is. I just, I'm a little bit in shock. I don't know whether this lady has not had experience with other dudes who have big families where they have to look after other children, where they're in the vicinity of other children that are not their own. And the reason why I brought up the game Pragmata is because it's a game kind of like Death Stranding. It's a young man and a child. Now, a lot of people are stating that because this child is a girl, the devs are catering to weirdos, so to speak. That I find offensive. I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer for years, and I'm a dad. You Let me sit up straight for this. Let me sit up straight for this. I say this with my chest. Yeah? Mary, being a young lady, you have absolutely no idea how a man feels about children. You can think and speculate as much as you like, as much as you like. But unless you're a man, you will never know or fully understand. There are levels and complexities to relationships that we share with children, be it our own or not. And as far as I can gather from this game, the relationship between this human man and this girl is that of a parental relationship. He tries to guide her and help her as much as he can, and she in turn assists him where she can. That doesn't mean that there's something untoward going on, not at all. And I'm not finished. She went on to say, men do not have baby fever. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. What? I fully understand that you have freedom of speech, and X is somewhere where you can express this freedom. Do not be misguided in what you are saying. Please. Because there are men out there that cannot have children. There are men out there that want to have a relationship with their own children and are not allowed to. For you to suggest that if a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being of his own lineage, he is likely a predator, I think that's a very, very hurtful statement to make. What about a gentleman who has entered into a partnership with a young lady or a young man, and they adopt a child? Is said young man a predator still? I think not, young lady. I think not. That is what you call a loving human being. Somebody willing to share their heart with a child that is not theirs. Now, there are people and men in the world who adopt and foster children even though they have their own. What say you to those men? Because I don't understand this language. I really don't. And we're not finished there. And you'd be taking the feminist radical gender uh, abolitionist position to protest any of the above points. What? See, now I didn't even get to that earlier on. Okay, last bit. The last bit she wrote is, this should explain why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men gives people the creeps. Um, you do realize the gaming industry is predominantly a male flooded space. I would say probably half of which actually have children. The game was not designed and marketed mostly to childless men. The game was marketed as a game. Bless. It was marketed as a game. And from what I can gather, a pretty good one at that, with a decent story. Now, None of these statements were brought up, as far as I know, with Death Stranding or The Last of Us. All of a sudden, now everyone's got, well, I can't say everyone. I don't stand with you people on this. Yeah. I've played a ton of games where there is a father figure and a childlike figure. Lots of games. And every time, those games have been absolutely brilliant because they're story driven. It gives you a sense of purpose when you're actually looking after something or guiding someone. So, what what do we say to people that have these kind of ideas running around in their head? Absolutely nothing. Leave them in the world of fantasy where they are. Seriously, because that don't make no sense to me at all. Those statements, that language, that rhetoric right there doesn't make any sense to me. The game is a game. If it has a decent story and the protagonist just so happens to be a man and his ally just so happens to be a child, don't take it for anything more than what it is, unless it's marketed as something other than what it is. Speaking as a dad, as I said already, I find that quite offensive. I find that really offensive. I've looked after children that are not my own. When my missus and her friends used to go out and they used to leave me with their children, look, what? Are you crazy? That doesn't make me a predator because I have paternal instincts, even though I actually have children. Come on, people, we all have to do a lot better than this. This is not where I want to see life going in the 21st century. Please don't let it get there. Please don't, because that's really bad. That's really bad. Those statements, you shouldn't be saying things like that. I know, as I stated already, yeah, freedom of speech and all of that, but seriously, Mary, come on, sir, like seriously, pick up a book, go outside, actually see how dads and men interact with children without your predator glasses on. Yeah, please, I beg you, just do that. I'm not begging you. I'm telling you, like, go outside, go ask your dad. Yeah, go and ask your dad. If you've got brothers, go and ask them if they got children. Go and ask your uncle. Actually sit down with somebody and have a conversation before you start making statements like that. And willy-nilly just trying them out on the internet for everyone to see and everyone else to be like, oh, do you know what? She might be right. No, she's not. There are lots of men out there that have extremely strong paternal instincts that have no children. There are uncles, older brothers. What? Come on. Come on. I'm sure we got more sense than this. I don't even know what else to say. I wanted to read that to you. I just wanted to let you know how I felt about it because it really made me say, nah, this woman's got to be crazy. She's got to be mad. Evidently, my brother, she ain't mad. Yeah, I don't know. Well, not evidently from my side. I'm from the internet's perspective and from some people out there. She's got a point. No, no, not from where I'm sitting. You don't. Sorry. So, Mary, hope you enjoy your evening. Yeah, and excuse me. Yeah, I'm very stunned. I'm stunned at that. I actually am. But my brothers, let me know what you think about it. Please leave a comment. Like this is getting out of hand. Please, as usual, my bros, don't forget the store. Walletbutcher at bigcartel.com. Yeah? Get your missus something over there. Gentlemen, join the Discord. Please. All links are in the description. As always, like, share, subscribe. do the flicky button. You know what that one is? Post notifications. So when the next videos go, you will be notified. My brothers, as usual, I'm D. You've been great. Please look after yourselves and each other. Stay well and stay blessed.